pressure coming. Ryan gets it. Here comes a flag as Ryan goes down, and so does Feldhahn.
There are 4 fouls on the play.
That's why it took so long.
Running into the kicker, number 34 of the receiving team. Holding, number 95 of the receiving team. Personal foul, number 34 of the receiving team. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 57 of the kicking team. By rule, all those penalties offset. Replay, 4th down.
Have you ever had 4 penalties on one play? 2 of them were on Chase Reynolds of the Rams, and somehow it's now 3.
How do 3 and 1 offset one another? And there's Chase Reynolds there at 34 running into.
We don't have time to show all the other infractions, but as Jeff Triplett explained, and we appreciate him discussing it, by rule, they do offset, even though 3 were called against the Rams.
We are getting a report from the field that Buffalo is refusing to come back out for the extra point try.
These are 2 of the greatest finishes in the history of this franchise within 6 days, back-to-back games. The fans are chanting, "Go for 2, there's no defense."
On the Buffalo go-ahead touchdown, New England was found guilty of 3 penalties by the defensive secondary. That helped set up the Buffalo go-ahead. And now Pete Carroll says go for 2. Watch this.
Tackle, and we'll see what happens here. Edmonton pressures at 4. Butler steps up, and he's going to be sacked. And Tico Dalton with the sack and the fumble. The play's still alive. Butler is going to rear back. He pitches now to Kenton Keith. Keith still going. Keith still going with it. The score is not over yet. They lateral it back, this time to Andy Fantuz. Fantuz laterals. This is a lateral. This play is still alive. It's Grant, and he throws it back to Kenton Keith. Can it happen? No! Inside the 10-yard line.
As Everett scrambling around. Nice touch to Cleveland Gary. He laid that one in there beautifully. Cleveland Gary then knocked down. He gets up again, but he's going to be... No, he's going to take it in. That's a head touch. Oh, I have never seen that before. No one touched him. He dove over the defender. I thought he might have been touched. That's a 60-yard catch and run. Is that a heads-up play by Cleveland Gary?
In the white, St. Stephen's, they are ahead by 1. You can see Bunker Hill's coach on the bottom of the screen telling his defense to get off the field. There's 31 seconds left to go in the game. So St. Stephen's QB, Travis Conner, decides, I'm going to take the snap. I'll run it down the field. And you can see his coach running along with him. He's yelling for him to stop at the 1-yard line so the game can run out. But that's not what happens. You will see Bunker Hill, a defender, coming in to get the QB, and finally the quarterback gets into the end zone. So they are now up 7. Crazy, Chris. This is just, we'll get to it more. You can see the ref here throwing up the touchdown. They're going to go for the PAT, and they get it. So now Bunker Hill is down 8. Then this happens. A long pass. It ends up being a touchdown. You can see the crowd going crazy. The press box is a little bit in the way. Now they're going to go for 2 and the tie. And no, they didn't get it.
Ball back to Meggett with 5 seconds remaining. And Burnell scrambling around and will just fire one downfield, firing for the end zone, a jump ball, and it is caught. Touchdown on the deflection, Jimmy Smith. His second touchdown reception of the season. You see all the hands going for it, and Smith able to follow the flight and very fortunate.
Everybody get in position. Defensive backs, you see, Hitchcock tried to knock that ball down, and that's really what they should be trying to do. Don't try to catch the ball.
Didn't even get that far. The
Texans, Solari is set to punt from his own 43. The pass from center is high over his head. He recovers the ball, attempts a lateral. However, Eagle tackle Vic Sears, who's Johnny on the spot, as he intercepts the leather and rambles 9 yards into the promised land with his first touchdown in 12 years of pro football.
When punters are asked to hold on field.
Although this is ruled incomplete, that's the kind of thing that was going down play after play. Gatorade shower at game's end would be overkill. Anyone without a dirty uniform to be emasculated. Finally, play is suspended when lightning is threatening. Halfway through the second quarter, the delay allows us to report that Chelsea and Liverpool tied 1-1 in the Premier League. 5 inches of rain. The field's soaked. Some of my best friends are amphibians.
In Anaheim, the goalpost faltered near the Rams.
Goalpost fell there.
Well, I'll be darned. The goalpost to our left has blown over. So there's an NFL first, I think.
Bob, it's early in this NFL season for the '84 campaign, but we've seen quite a bit this year, haven't we?
We have seen some unusual things, indeed.
Howard must have known something.
You can't see down on the field.
You literally cannot see on the field. I have never seen anything quite like it.
The only time I have is when I was a kid in Minnesota and we used to play in a snowstorm, Frank, and that's just about what it looks like, even though this time it's straight up rain.
There's literally hundreds of people out on the field now, sliding around. They're enjoying what's happening.
It's going to be awfully hard to get control again and get them all off the field because it's very hard to identify it. We've got the Steelers going to the sideline.
And I would suspect that the Steelers are, oh, wow, here comes one, baby. I think you'll probably be able to hear this one.
I think we better get a little delay in the game, even though by football rules you're not supposed to.
That took 3 seconds. Speed of sound, what, 720? That was 1,400 feet away.
We got both teams wisely going to the dressing rooms. We're not going to lose anybody to the lightning.
An unbelievable thunderstorm. The Steelers out in front of the All-Stars, 24-0. 1:22 remaining in the third quarter.
And you can hear the crash and roar of the thunder.
I have no idea what we're going to do. We'll stay with you and try and let you know what's happening. And what we are looking at is...
I tell you, I'm from Oklahoma, Frank, and this could look like tornado, believe me. You can see those things flying by.
Wow.